Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. Special debates are back. We got a good one for you today. What are you saying, Jalil?
Yeah, man, good man. Bit excited about this one. Good to see who everyone puts in their top five. I think that's the main one, but top 10 as a whole, man. So let's get into it, man. I hope you boys are all good, man.
Yeah, man, all good over here. What are you telling me, my bro Rash? You're on mute, my G. I think you're on mute. Your laptop is shaking. Man.
Be like that the whole show.
You joker. Yeah, no, alhamdulillah, happy to be here, bro. You know, finished up a bit late from work, so it's a bit leaving from one into another one, but it's all good, you know. Happy to be here with the guys. You know what I mean? Let's get it going.
100%, man, 100%. And what are you telling me, Jeff?
All good, man. Missed the show on Monday, so let's get to it, man. Let's talk about this top 10.
Yeah, let's do it. Last but not least, but what are you telling me?
Yeah, I'm good, my bro. I'm good. Looking forward to this one.
Yeah. No, 100%, man. No, yeah, we felt like it was a good time to do this because obviously a few players have joined, big names, a few players on top, red hot form. So I said, you know what, it's a good time to analyze. There's a lot of talent in the Premier League right now. So it's not going to be easy to whittle it down to a top 10, but that's what we're going to try and do. So obviously before anything else, people smash the likes. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But I'll share my screen so we can get straight to it. One sec. For me, it's not coming up. Oh, man. Yeah, go open different. That's annoying. Go open a different web browser. That's annoying. What we saying in the meantime? Oh, but what are you saying about United though, the young boys?
I'm not too fast. It happens, man. I'm not gonna blame him. That's not Ollie's fault in the slightest. No,
Okay.
I'm not fast in the slightest. It's just one of those games. Saka ruined the game for us, and Lingard's mistake. It was just one of those days. Like, I'm not fast. I still see us going through, and I still see us winning the league. So
Winning the league.
Yeah, I see it happening.
We touched on this on Monday. To be fair, I think that Ronaldo effect can make you not win the league. So, if I'm not mistaken, Rash, I think we were trying to figure out if they're actually title contenders. But we still have City and Chelsea up there, obviously, and Liverpool at fourth. But I feel like United potentially could jump to 2 or even first. But for me, you lot still got a lot of issues, bro.
For me, I've got United as
But
top two.
I watched Chelsea yesterday. Against Zenit. Like, I watched the whole 90 minutes, and they were shocking. They just about won that game. If Zenit had good players, they would have won.
True. Chelsea weren't great yesterday. That's a good point, and they were at home as well.
That's the thing, though, because Rash said when we spoke about it on Monday, Rash said that obviously Aston Villa put pressure on them, and it's true. Like, you know, if let's say Grealish was still there, they had a few good players. Like that could have been a whole different game, but they still won 3-0, man. And like yesterday, they still won 1-0. Do you know what I mean? So they're still quite competitive.
Aston Villa should definitely have not been losing at half time. It should at least have been 1-1. They could have been winning. They had a lot of chances in that game, actually. But Chelsea were I thought they were very, very ruthless. So that's usually the sign of a good team. But yeah, man, let's get into it still. So obviously top 10. So what we all did is we all made our own individual top 10. Separately, which we're going to share on Instagram and everything. But we did that to kind of create the pool of players we're going to select the 10 from. So if I just zoom in a bit, so we can see that this is the list of players that were covered. So we've got Bruno, we've got Fabinho, Grealish, Harry Kane, Kante, KDB, Lukaku, Luke Shaw, Salah, Pogba, Robertson, Ronaldo. That's Ruben Diaz, Rudiger, Mane, Son, Thiago, Trent, Van Dijk, and Kyle Walker. So is there anyone that I've missed that is anyone here wanted in consideration for the top 10?
I think all my players are there. Is that
I think
Greenwood?
that's pretty fair.
Which one?
The one next to Robertson on the. That's Ronaldo. Sorry.
Yeah, that's Ronaldo. Yeah.
I had in my extras on top as well, just to throw it in there, was Bernardo as well, and Gundogan as well.
Good shout. Yeah.
Good again to shout.
Gundogan a shout still. I don't know if he would have made it, but in terms of to be considered, he definitely would have been one. But we might get away with not having him on there for now. But all right, so what are we saying then? How do we want to start this? So let's start with. It's usually easier, I think, to just remove some people that we are pretty certain definitely don't make the cut. So let me start with you. Let's start with you. Who from that list you think definitely is not a top 10 Premier League player?
Who's starting?
Oba. I said Oba. Yeah, let me.
Rudiger. Get rid of Rudiger straight away.
Right, what we saying? Rudiger. Mad form right now. What you saying?
I'm with that.
So I had Rudiger in for the year he's had. I thought it was a silly move from Lampard not to bring him in when needed. And I feel like a lot of his downfalls because Rudiger's left out the team. Now, when we speak about defenders who make impacts and stuff and who's decent and who can't really, I mean, depending, but you can't really say he's had a bad game because he does the business and that. Do you know what I mean? He was pivotal to winning Champions League, in my opinion. If you didn't take out KDB in Ramos format, don't know if they would have won. Do you know what I mean? So, not just that, man. He's a fierce defender. He's your old school defender. He's kind of what you want to see, man. And if I'm being honest, I'm taking him out as well. But I kind of had him in my top 10 when I was thinking about it initially. But yeah, no, I can understand why he wouldn't be in the top 10 because he is a defender.
Not even just because he's a defender. We're talking about 10 of the best players in the league, and you got to look at the names in the league. I'm sorry, but Rudiger's not there.
Rudiger's been in unreal form for about 9 months. He's been in unreal form, but I think he probably hasn't done it quite enough to be top. Because obviously, if he's going to be top 10, he probably's got to be the best defender, top 2. I'm not sure he's there.
Not for me.
That's the only thing I would say. But he does deserve recognition because he has been good now for a good 9 months. He's been brilliant. And like Jalil said, without him being in that form, they don't win the Champions League. That's for sure. So I think even the fact he gets in here, to be fair, is testament to him already. So what we saying, if we all agree, then I'll put Rudiger and don't make the cut.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, in that case, let me move on to you, Jalil. Who from this list does not make the cut for you?
Walker. He's got to come out as well, thinking about it. When you look at certain players who can do, the versatile role, he can play centre back and right back. Do you know what I mean? And he does the business. Like a lot of people won't say he's scared, but they'd rather not come up against someone like Walker, man. So I got to give him the credits there. And again, man, you won't be winning the Premier League without a player like Walker who's not scared of shit. And we've got to give him credits. In the Euros, done the business. In any position they asked him to play. He's done very well, man. It's just like he's not the best, when it comes to link-up play, passing. But when it comes to defense, he does the business, man. You don't fuck with him. For that reason, he's got to be. Don't make the cut, but we've got to give him some recognition,
Okay, cool. So Jadil saying Kyle Walker don't make the cut. What are we saying? We agree? Any disagreements there?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Yeah, Rash, agree?
Yep.
Cool, so Kyle Walker is off. All right, Rash, coming on to you now. Who here for you definitely doesn't make the top 10?
Well, considering that certain other players that I think have been more impactful and pivotal for their teams, namely Fernandinho, even Raheem Sterling could have made at least this draft 100%.
Had him. I was surprised by that one. That one surprised me.
I did, but my kids ate my homework. The one there. But yeah. So when we're talking about best players, in my head, I was thinking about as all-round players as best as possible, because obviously I had a few defenders in there. They can't do what some of the forwards do, but obviously some of the forwards can't do what they do as well. So I kind of leveled it up with the ones that kind of made the cut in that. I didn't have hold on. First of all, who's in the top right-hand corner?
Oh, that's Ruben Diaz. Sorry, his head's cut off. I don't know why.
Okay, yeah. So even though I think he's an outstanding defender and I think he's really good, had a really good impact coming to City. Dreadful tournament in the Euros, I think. And I'm still waiting to see if he can bring himself to the heights that he brought himself to at once at City, because I can't remember who it was, but there was who was it that City got smoked by and he got dealt with twice in one game. Was that in the Champions League? I think it may have been
Chelsea.
Why not?
Was it? And he got done. They lost something like 3-0 or something like that. But 2 of the goals was his fault.
3-0.
I can't remember the heavy scoreline anyway. But I remember since that he kind of has underperformed since that game in particular. And I'm still waiting to see that Diaz, that dominant Diaz that we saw previously. So to me, the consistency ain't there in the Prem at the moment to be on this list. So I take Diaz out.
I actually agree. I wouldn't have Diaz top 10 either.
Same. I agree.
He was in my initial one, but I took him out by the second one. So I don't think he should be in there.
Yeah, do you know what he's saying?
I think he can make it, man.
No,
he can. Yeah, look. I mean, defenders always get overlooked anyway, man. So I don't know if I'm just singing the same tune here. But he's coming from a poor league, in my opinion. The Portuguese, they're getting the best from me, and he's filled in a gap where arguably City needed. Some people would say they didn't, with the Port and Stones doing very well before he got there. But I think Diaz coming in, kind of boosted up their defense. Kind of had that, I know might come across as trying to take him down as well, but the Van Dijk effect would come in and make the defense better. There was less leaks. There was people playing better next to him. When that came in, Matip, Gomez, we started seeing lights, but we started seeing good sparks. I think someone who can impact a team like that can go a long way. And you see defenders. Let's just go outside the box here. You see defenders like Chiellini for Italy, for example. When we speak about the best defenders, he's never mentioned, for example. But what he did to Saka by taking him out. Do you remember that game in the final? Took him out. That's a smart thing to do. He took a yellow. Like because defenders can't be strikers, they never get looked in the same light for some reason, man. But they have the most important part to play. One of the most important. Obviously, you've got to score, you got out there and get it. But being a defender, you've got to be able to stop the shit. Do you know what I mean? So for me, Diaz would be in there, man, in my top 10. The year he's had has been amazing. Obviously, didn't do too well. And I don't look at 1 or 2 games that he's had a poor game and he's been consistent, because we're going to see someone like KDB not getting assists for like 3 games. You get and then we're not going to call him shit because we know what he's about. So I'm going to put Diaz in my top, man. But I'm outnumbered. Again.
Yeah, it's not a thing that I would say like Diaz is shit. No one on this list is shit at all, or anything like that. But it just, to me, I just think there's certain players that have shown what they can do for a longer period of time. Like, for instance, you mentioned KDB. Yeah, KDB can go 4 games without doing anything, but then come the end of the season, look at his stats and see what he has produced. He's one of the best players in the Premier League for the season, regardless when he has a little dry streak as well. And season upon season, he's been consistent as well and consistently mentioned. Now, Diaz did have a great season, and I reckon it was impactful the same way that Van Dijk was, the way he got Stones playing up to scratch as well, alongside him as well. Like, it was really good. However, amongst the players that are on here, I don't think he's going to beat the rest to the top 10 line for me.
That's my only thing, but we'll take him out and don't make the cut for now. But you never know, Jalil. He might have a chance later down the line of coming back in later in the show if we see that, there's an opening there for him. So he maybe is not one to be completely dismissed. But yeah, Diaz is a top player. I think, as Rash said, he just needs to do a little bit more because he's had some shaky moments recently, I feel like. But yeah, we'll come back on that one. Obviously, big up Pete in the comment, obviously from the Near Post podcast. Go subscribe to them people, saying smash that like button. Do that too. And big up RG Joel. Obviously, if you don't know Joel, striker for Arbroath FC, killing it up in Scotland. Make sure you check out his highlights. Saying
He's a murderer up there, fam. He needs to just come to the Premier show certain strikers how to do it, bro. Yeah, like.
Yeah, he's killing it up there still, but yeah, he said he's gonna be on again. So yeah, big up Joel, man.
Man.
So yeah, Ruben Diaz. I don't even know why his head's been chopped off on here, but yeah, man.
Too tall for the picture.
Trust me. All right, Jeff, on to you, sir. Who doesn't make the cut for you?
I'm torn between two that I would definitely not have in my top 10. It's Thiago and Luke Shaw. So we know that Thiago, before he got to the Prem, he's one of the best around, but it's not really been that way in the Prem. It's obviously he's getting acclimated and whatnot, but first season wasn't great. He'll probably play more this season, especially with Wijnaldum gone. But yeah, based off, especially he's only got a 1 year body of work to go off, he can't be in the top 10 for me. And Shaw, I don't know. I know Shaw had a good year last year. Maybe I'm extending it too far, but it's just Shaw, isn't it? Like, to me, like your one good year compared to your several bad years. And I don't even think last year was that exceptional. Like, it was good for 5-6 months, and then it kind of veered off a little bit. That's for me.
Sure better than Robbo, man.
Nah.
Overall,
man.
Currently,
would you have said that before last year?
I think so. Currently, I think Shaw's better than Robbo, but in terms of accolades, Robbo edges it just because he's been doing it for longer.
Yeah, if we're going off Shaw's been in the Prem 7-8 years.
Yeah,
maybe 9 if you include Southampton.
Eight for sure. 8 for sure.
I think he's had two brilliant seasons.
This year was his best year, arguably. Robertson's quiet year was still okay. Like, I don't know, man. Like, we're sure, like, he's a good defender, don't get me wrong. On his day, he's really, really good. But I think it's two different levels when you talk about Shaw and Robertson for me. Like, Robertson was at the top of his game for 2 years. Like, the top of his game. Whereas Shaw is kind of just been plodding along for a long time. And I know we say that, that Mourinho effect and whatever, Mourinho was affecting his game. He was affecting his game. He's been better he was better last year. But again, it's not enough consistency.
I believe Mourinho affected his game, though.
But that's because he's a soft baby boy. If someone says your conditioning is bad, and you take that as they're attacking you, I don't know what to tell you. Like, there's no tears that should be from that. You should pull your socks up and play.
Jose was drilling them out every game though, and saying I had to manage him and stuff. But we know what Shaw's about. Like, come on, that was deep.
What if he did? What if he did need to hold his hand?
Maybe he did, but Jeff, bro, you can't come out and show a good game and be like, he had a good game, but I did have to tell him what to do the whole 90 minutes.
What if he did? Like, again,
I agree. If he did, cool, but you can't say it to the press, bro.
You can't.
Okay.
Others are about to go nuts with us. You remember with the wife beater on in the background. Let
me say this then. With Shaw, if that was the case, it needed to be hand-holded for them for the year or 2 years that Jose was there. Because in my opinion, I think he just got into Luke Shaw's head, and I know as a man you shouldn't let anyone else get to your head. But
yeah, once you get affected.
Yeah, but look at Shaw the last year now. Even look at the game they had against Newcastle, bruv, and defending and tracking back and being very attackful. Even though I don't really like my fullbacks being attacking, but he's still got an assist to my man CR7 and that. Luke Shaw for me, yeah. But did you see the whole of United yesterday? Like, let's not draw him out, bruv.
Shout out to Ted at D. Well, go on.
Salute, my guy.
Yeah, big up my guy, man. Big up my guy. But yeah, man, Luke Shaw for me. If Robbo makes it, Luke Shaw needs to make it as well.
But it's that one good year doesn't
Yeah, I don't see him in the top 10.
8 months doesn't give you
not
a
top
top
10.
10 shout. Like you had a good year. You're not the best left back in the league. You're just not like.
He's top 2 though. Top 2 easy.
And that just speaks to the quality of left backs in the league, not because he's that good. Honestly,
No, he is that good though. He is that good. Let's be honest. He is that good.
On ability,
phenomenal.
we can't judge this on the bit. Whoa! Did you just say phenomenal?
He is. He's a phenomenal player.
Phenomenal.
Luke Shaw is phenomenal.
So Luke Shaw is a phenomenon.
No, you see, that word there.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
You went from
I'm
phenomenal.
I'm just asking a standard question.
So what could Robbo do that Luke Shaw can't?
Be consistent.
Consistent.
Better crossing.
Luke Shaw's been consistent.
No.
Not yet.
We're
He
not
hasn't.
doing that.
He hasn't.
He hasn't.
Not
I'll
yet.
give you that.
He hasn't
I'll
had
give
the
you that.
chance yet. He hasn't had.
I'll give you that.
Better crossing.
All right.
I'll
Can
give you
I ask a panel question quickly?
Yeah.
We kind of think we know the heights that Robertson can take us and can go, right? Yeah. We know how good he is, right? But I think in our head we're still looking to explore how good Luke Shaw can actually become. So to me, we're still waiting to see how far he can advance, the best of him. You know what I mean? Whereas with Robbo, and with Robbo, we kind of know that already. Like we know the best of Robbo, we know what he can do, and it's amazing. So we have to give him that stamp. With Luke Shaw, we're still waiting to see that still.
I'll give you that because you all said something that I always stick by, and if you don't have it, then you can F off. Consistency. Robbo has got that over him, man. So I'm not gonna argue with you boys about that. To be fair.
So Luke Shaw can come out for now, but again, the fact he's here again says something.
Salute to Luke Shaw, man.
Salute to Luke Shaw. You know what I mean? So all right, cool. So Jalil, next one is you, I believe. Who whacking off from this list?
I could oh fuck it. I'm gonna say it. Trent can come off this list. I know certain man had it, but I'm gonna say it. He can come off this list. You already know my fucking opinions on this.
It's beef now. The beef started.
I can defend this one easily though, so that's all right.
No, do you know what? I'd rather you defend this. I have a rebuttal because it'll be.
Know what? Before
I
Jeff,
can't have a rebuttal to nothing though. You have to go first.
Yeah, before
Okay,
Jeff
cool,
defends
cool.
Trent.
Cool.
Who disagrees with Jalil though? Because I
thought John, you had Trent, and I thought Rash had Trent as well.
I don't know Trent.
I didn't put a list through. My kid ate it.
Oh, who put it in the police? I thought
Only me.
It was only
you.
Yeah,
Oh, so
I'm the only one who posted the list, bro, in the group.
Okay. So my bad. I thought I was getting at everyone here. I didn't know it was just Jeff that had him on. Anyway, cool.
That's Jeff. G.
Okay, cool. So
So I'm ready.
no, fair enough. So obviously going off of right backs and stuff. Yeah, Trent for me, yeah. If you're gonna play in a position, and that's your position, you should be a right back. However, Klopp sets up for him to be more attacking and give that leeway for him to do the business, right? In attacking ways and to be kind of like a left winger. But if you're getting popped and if you're getting like done every single time, and do you know what I mean? And I'm rating you on that position. I'm not rating you on what Klopp plays you. Do you know what I mean? All in all, I think my perception on him and my opinions on him will change if he plays a centre mid role, personally, because that's where I think his best position is. I don't think he is a right back. I
don't think he gets done too often though. I feel he struggles with certain people, but on a week in, week out basis, he's not getting beaten by his winger all the time.
That's true. But he does create. I mean, obviously, I can't blame him for this. This is not me getting onto him because this is the manager. There is a lot of gaps there that they tend to attack on his side. You don't see the same thing on Robbo's side. That makes sense. And everyone sees it. Pundits always say it all the time. And when you look at the highlights of Match of the Day or so, you can see why is it always his side. And that's because he doesn't get back as quick as Robbo. So that's his position for me. Ability-wise, I can't knock him second to none, but I wouldn't have him in my top 10 personally.
Okay, cool. Jeff, go on. Defend your boy.
Me personally, just based off the system and what he does he's their Cam, essentially. That's what he is. Like Liverpool don't play with a camp. He is the one where the chances created come from. Even in the most recent game, who did they play recently? I can't remember.
Leeds.
Everyone was coming through him. Like that's who it comes through. Like the assists come through him. So even on a right back, he's not the best right back. Definitely not like defensively. But I don't think that that matters too much when you're world class doing the other thing. So when you're like a Luke, like if we go back to like a Luke Shaw, for example, Luke Shaw is a good left back all in all. Don't get me wrong. He's good going forward. He's good defensively. He's not exceptional at one thing though. Like Trent is exceptional going forward, no matter how much you like him defensively. He's probably a 6 defensively, 6.5. But in that specific system and his performances over the past 2.5 years, maybe six months out of that was pretty below par. But towards the end of the season, he started to pick it back up again. He is a very, very important player in Liverpool's system. And the thing he's weakest at, he's still better than most fullbacks at it, personally, for me.
I don't think Trent's exceptional going forward. I think he's like he can play good forward passes, but driving with the ball up the field, there's no way he's exceptional at doing that.
But that's not the only characteristic of going forward. Like choosing when you go is also important. He's very good at that.
Timing.
And even where his positioning is, the way he attacks, if he was to lose the ball, he's still close enough to get back. Even if Liverpool do have that system, especially in recent years where there's Wijnaldums, there's Fabinho's, there's Henderson's to cover the fullbacks. That's what it is.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that because Trent, for me, is 9 out of 10 in attacking, man. You look back at these Champions League games at his young age and playing balls in and they're getting scored and he puts the free kicks onto the corners onto Van Dijk's head and he knows where to place it. Like, there's some players that can't even do that now. They're wingers and they play more advanced. So when it comes to attacking, second to none. So I can never knock him for that. But I'll ask you boys this, right? If you're in the Champions League final for your respectful teams, if you used to put in order who would play first out of these three, Walker, Wan-Bissaka, and
Champions League final, Wan-Bissaka. Are you serious?
Why's Wan-Bissaka in there?
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna put because we got United fan. We've got United fan in the building. So
I'm taking Kyle Walker.
Okay. Who you boys taking?
Listen, Walker played well in the last Champions League final, but my main issue with Walker, I don't like Walker like that, is he normally is susceptible in bigger games. I'd probably play Trent. And the way my setup would be is my centre back or my centre mid would cover Trent's inefficiencies, if you'd say that. Like
Klopp does, isn't it?
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka, we don't even need to talk about that in a final. Like, doesn't give enough going. Like one-on-one defending, listen, except one of the best. Like he can probably nullify most wingers. But if you can't do the other side, like I've said it a few times on the show, this is a big year for him, a very, very big year. And he didn't do himself any favors with yesterday.
I'm ready to sell him for 25 million.
Whoa, you see? You see?
Yeah, it's true. The thing with Wan-Bissaka is it's just like when your lack of technique stands out so much, which it would at a big club like United, is and it's even more difficult for him in the age that we're in when teams are so reliant on the fullbacks creating for them that it just stands out so much more than it would have 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So I just think it's tricky for him. I hope he can, but
I hope he can.
We all know when you're that technically deficient as he is, it's never going to improve to a good enough level. It's just not. It's just not going to.
The crazy thing is he was a forward. Like what?
I never understood it.
That's madness to me. Like, but then again, didn't Sol Campbell used to be a striker growing up? And then when you saw him play centre back, you're like, raw. But even with him, you could kind of see him more than you could with Wan-Bissaka being a winger. With Wan-Bissaka can't. You can't
beat a man for nothing. Yeah,
you can't.
It's really confusing, man.
It's very confusing, but yeah, man. I think you know what. For now, you know what. Jeff did make a good case for Trent. I can't lie, he did. But I personally had him just outside.
He's not top 10 for me. I don't think.
Just outside for me. but again, we can come back to it still. We can
Okay,
come
hear
back.
that.
All right, you know what? All right, okay. Who would we have 10th then? If we start to actually compile the top 10.
Wait. Can I just ask you a question? Is
Go on,
Trent
go
and
on,
Thiago supposed to be don't make a cut now? Yeah.
Yeah.
I said Thiago, but
Trent, yeah.
All right, so let's put Trent there just so I can see, because I know you guys have got a list, but I'm still creating mine.
Thiago as well, because no one really defended him.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, it was just no one defended him.
Yeah.
10th, John 10th. I'll put Jack Grealish.
I think he was there. I think he was there for me. I think he was 10th.
I've got as 10th. I've got Son.
I had Son 9th. I'm not mad at Son.
Who did I have? Let me just check. Who did I have? I had Lukaku 10th.
I think he was higher for me.
Yeah, that might be a bit low for Ron, but
I'm not sure if Lukaku makes my top 10. You know.
Oh, really?
You don't think? I had him 10th, but I mean, so we got 2 votes for Son, right? Did I hit 2 votes for Son?
No, it was just me.
I haven't voted yet.
Who did you have, Jeff? 10th?
I think I had Grealish. That's my 10th. So going
off. And Jeff and
Can't we get? Oh yeah. Don't worry. The elimination will come in this, won't it?
Yeah. It will come. It will start coming naturally. Yeah, now. Okay, cool. So, all right. So Thiago's gone. Even though I think did I have him? I think I had him 10th, and I moved him down. I can't remember. So I definitely had Lukaku 10th. Okay, so Thiago's gone. So let's put Grealish 10th for now. Okay, so Grealish is 10th. So how many we got left? We got 4, 5, 6, 7.
Who had Grealish 10th?
12, 13.
Who else? Where did anyone else have Grealish?
I didn't have him in my top 10.
What about you, Jay?
I didn't have him in my top 10.
What about you, Oba?
Yeah, Grealish is 10th for me.
And it's 10th for you. I had Grealish higher still.
Okay, cool. So naturally, so he would make the top 10 naturally. 3 out of 5, he would make the top 10.
So let's bang him 10th.
Yeah, so let's bang him 10th for now. Obviously, depending on. All right, cool. Let's start. So we got about 12 left. We got 9 slots left. So it's starting to make sense. So all right, cool. Did everyone? All right, let's start to do it this way now. Who had Kante in the top 10?
I did.
Yeah, I had him in my top. I had him in mine.
Same.
Didn't have him on mine, so I only went off.
I didn't have him on mine either.
I tried to go off like the last season.
Okay, you only went off last season.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
so
technically Van Dijk wouldn't even be in mine because he was injured for a year.
Wait, you guys had Van Dijk in yours?
Someone had him in there.
Listen,
yeah,
in regards to Kante not having a good year, I remember when Tuchel took over and put him back into the squad, he started playing some phenomenal football, and he helped them in regards to getting to that Champions League final and winning it as well. I also have to say that for his performances in the Euros as well, if he can keep it consistent towards the back end of the season, throughout the cups, and then into the Euros as well, and then to start this one, I think he has to make the list somehow. That was my opinion, though. My opinion.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm not mad with that one. I think with me, only reason why I didn't have Kante in there is because I think I had Fabinho in my top 10.
Because you got Ronnie number 1, bro.
I
didn't even want him in the list, but
I ain't even got Ronaldo number 1. It will shock you. I didn't even got Ronaldo number 1. So that's an early shocker. But so what are we saying? Sorry. So Kante's made the top 10 then. Wait, did any of you have him top 5?
Me.
You had him top
5.
He was in your top 5 as well?
I think I had top 5 as well.
I had him 5th.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe it's a case.
Was he in your top 5?
6.
6. Okay, all right. Let's keep him in that range for now. I'm just trying to clear up some stuff. All right, cool.
Where did you have him, Oba?
My top 5. I think. Let me double check now. 1 second.
You know, I have him in my top 5 as well.
You do, yeah?
I had him 5th.
No, I didn't.
There
I
we
didn't.
go.
I had him 7th. I had him 7th.
Okay. 2 5th, 1 7th, and then 2 nuns. All right, let's wait for the rest and see if we get some.
Let's wait for the rest. All right, Bruno, who had him top 10?
Yeah, for sure. I did.
I did for sure.
I didn't.
I didn't.
I didn't.
Hey, Bruno doesn't make it. Come on,
Hey, smash the like button.
That's mental. That's mental.
All right, let me just understand.
Wait, can I ask you why he doesn't? Because
that's
we're
what
talking
I'm
about
gonna
top
ask.
10 in the league, and since he's been in the league, who's been? Beyond
Like,
me,
what's
he doesn't
everyone's
make the top
grading
10.
criteria? Because if Kante makes it, but Bruno doesn't,
I can't didn't make it, man. But, yeah.
To me, look,
but
mine.
he's made the list now, right?
I'll be honest. I'll be
Now,
honest. Look, man, like it wasn't just based on stats. Like I watched games as well. I gotta see you perform. I gotta like. It's easy to not do anything all game, and then in the last 5 minutes of the game, put 2 balls in, and someone scores them, and then all of a sudden you get the stats for 2 assists, or you don't do nothing all game and you bang the goal in the last 5 minutes, and then you get the stats for goal. Like he's really good at that, especially with the amount of pens that Man United were getting as well. He was their pen taker, so he's always on a stat. He's always on a stat.
That's also a fact of world class, though.
Yeah, he is. I just don't think that he's outdoing my top 10. And another thing is as well is that just had it a minute ago. But yeah, I just don't think I think without Fernandes on the pitch last season, it wasn't that bad. The season before he came in, he was pivotal. Like they needed him. Like he was the stat man. But for last season, when he wasn't on the pitch, it didn't matter to me. It didn't matter.
I definitely think that Bruno was better in his first 6 months than he was last season, for sure. I think I get it, because obviously he gets insane stats, so you think, how can he not be top 10 when his stats are insane? My only thing is, like, for me, Bruno's just like a bit of a spammer. Like, when you whip in 30 crosses a game, one of them is eventually going to work if you're given that type of license to just, like, I just don't like my central attacking midfielder to be coming out of games with 30 times possession lost. To me, that doesn't make sense. You should be one of the.
But it shows you that he's always trying something.
No, it shows you that he's got the ball and loses it.
It shows you that he gets the ball and loses it.
Okay, do we penalize Kane for taking 100 shots and scoring 1?
I don't get it. Like, that's a good point.
We do penalize him for that, and we also penalize him. We also penalize him for the amount of for the lack of ability that he has in other areas as well. Like if we're talking about players as a player, a footballer.
Okay, do we penalize? Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the GOATs. Mm-hmm. Cristiano Ronaldo, more in recent years too, used to try not thousands of shots, because that's an exaggeration, but tens of shots.
The ball more than Bruno.
Like he's firing shots from 45 yards because he scored from there before. And some of them, those are the ones that don't get highlighted because it's always going wide. But it's also the reason we love him, because he tries, he scores. Like
but you know why it's difficult to do it like this? Because look, goals ultimately win the game. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So if you can put the ball in the back of the net and you're a striker, you've done your job. Especially if you win the game. Now, passing and things like that should be part of your game in every game. And I feel like Fernandes, if you watch him in a game, the amount of times that he passes the ball to the sideline or to the wrong team or loses the ball is so high. His main job is not to score goals, but he does. That's amazing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But being a creative player like that, one of the things that is pivotal in your game, that should be anyway, is your passing accuracy. And I think he's majorly lacking in that department. He gets highly frustrated when things don't come his way. He doesn't like to take ownership. However, he does have bursts of genius. I think he's a brilliant player, and he is definitely up there. But can he make top 10 above some of the quality that we've got on the page now? I don't think so.
See, I hear everything you're saying.
I'm looking at this list.
It all makes sense.
Robertson makes top 10, Bruno does.
Yeah, and if Kante makes top 10 based off the past, I don't know what everyone's grading criteria was. I'll speak for me though. Like mine was off the past 12 months or last season. So if it's going off the last season and we're involving Kante's Champions League and Euro performance, that's not the Premier League. like that your Premier League performance towards the end of the season improved. When did Tuchel join? February or March? Which one?
100. I hear you, Jeff. But in that case, let's take Ronaldo off the list then. He ain't done nothing. Like, okay, he's come in and he's banged 3 goals. What? 3 goals, 4 goals? But okay, he hasn't even had a season then. In reality, he shouldn't be making this list right now.
But he played in the Prem before.
That was my question.
No, but we're talking about the last 12.
And that's why I kind of said that we should just kind of do the easiest way I feel like to do top 10s are usually based off just who you would pick. Like if no one was around you and you had this list of players, a pool of players, who would you pick? And then naturally, I feel like in your head, that makes you force you to bring everything into it.
Okay, and if we are doing that, I would pick Kante over Fernando.
Same. I'll say why I didn't pick him as well. So you know me, I'm a position kind of guy. If you're playing a position, I expect your stats to be high there. I don't see KDB trying personally.
I do. Every week he does. Every game he does. And he gets it wrong a lot. But people don't bring it up because it's Kevin De Bruyne.
No. I hear you, but KDB is not to the level of Fernandes over. You know this.
Yeah, but that's because Man City play better football. Man City have better quality. They've got a style of play. So they know how to play.
No. You even see it in Belgium when the Belgian international squad was struggling in the Euros, and then you see the introduction of KDB and these guys when they was on the bench, when they were benched for the first few, and they all of a sudden came on. They are like impact players. They changed the game. They went from a team that is losing to teams that are winners. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He does that. He does that.
Yeah, and the thing with Bruno, I feel like he's one of the players that I feel like he should actually be a bit worried if United get a manager who's got proper tactics, because he's helped by the fact that now are just individual FC. Every individual just go out there and do what you can, do what you do, and I feel like that suits Bruno because I saw like one of the games recently, his heat map, he was in the same area as Ronaldo. How does that make sense? That's your cam playing as high as your striker. He's basically a striker pretending to be a cam. He is not a cam. So my thing is like we talk about some of the best camps ever. We talk about your Fabregas, your David Silvas, etc. Even if you go abroad, Jeff. But you guys will notice how many times you get when people like Fabregas and David Silva got the ball. Did you used to get worried about? Oh shit, they might lose it.
No.
When you really needed them to keep the ball, you're like, thank God they have the ball.
That's a fact.
However, we can see he has the potential to be something great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's the thing that lets man down the most.
Yeah, see, I don't know if that's enough of a point because the bottom line is like regardless of how many times you lose the ball is how many times you lose the ball. Like you lose it a lot. That's cool. The end result a lot of times though, outside of the penalties, there's a lot of assists and chance creations also. So there's a big other side of the coin, like the losing the ball side. I don't know if you can be penalized to not be in the top 10 because you lose the ball or not. If you're moving to the world stage and you're saying the top 5 best players in the world, I completely feel you because there's more intricacies then, but not with this. Like especially
would you have him over Fabinho?
Listen, Fabinho wouldn't even come into it. Fabinho would be in. Kante wouldn't be in. Like Kante.
All right. So what about
Fabinho, not Kante? That's what I'm saying.
What about did Son make your list?
Son made my list as 9th. Yeah.
Okay, and you would have Fernandes over Son in your squad.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're going off, not even in my squad. If off this list, it's higher in my list for sure.
Yeah, for sure, easy.
So you think that Bruno is a better player than Son? That's essentially what it kind of comes down to.
No, it's not, because this is a current list. It doesn't really matter about that. That's a separate argument. That's an independent point. We're going off top 10 players now, right?
From last season. Yeah, and from last season. Like Bruno, I think had a better year than Son last year for me. I think Son outscored him. How does Son get something like Son got quite a high, like 18 goals or something like that? He get 18 goals.
He didn't outscore Bruno. I can tell you that for
free. Bruno got 19, I think, and Son got 18. Something stupid like that.
Listen, both. If we're being completely real, Bruno's year last year, it wasn't great. Like
Yeah,
if you were looking at his overall performances in game, it wasn't great, but he pulled them along. Son pulled Spurs along for a bit. He also had a lot of duds, a lot of them.
He did, yeah. Son does get on the. I didn't have Son in my top 10. Well, maybe I'm mad. So like, yeah, but all right. You know what? Let's come back to Bruno because he's a contentious man.
I just think he has to make it. For me personally, we're talking top 10 in the Premier League. He has to be in there. From when he's been in the league, unreal. Like, he's had bad games. He's allowed bad games, but he's just got to be in there.
I'm saying Mane is not top 10.
Can I finish?
No.
Could I finish what I'm saying about Bruno? Like, that's all right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so my thing was, I was comparing him to KDB and Pogba. When I had a conversation the other day, if I'm going to bring Bruno into the occasion, I might as well bring Bradford and Antonio as well, because they also get numbers for their clubs. And because Bruno plays for a better club like United, for example, he's going to get the numbers. So, yeah, man, I can't have
Bamford.
This is what I'm saying, because he got
Bamford gets numbers, cuz.
He got good numbers. He got good numbers last season. Do you know what I mean? And Antonio's going to get good numbers this season because of the type of player he is. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about that. I might as well talk about Bruno.
Did you say Antonio is going to? So you're predicting now. So now you're Mystic Meg. This guy's crazy. This guy said Antonio is going to get a lot of goals.
Yeah,
he didn't even say.
He got a lot of goals. He got a lot of goals last season as well. That's what I was saying. We're gonna talk about Bruno's numbers. For me, as I said, I was gonna say initially is when I judge you on the position you play. So on that, ball retention is quite important to a position like Cam, because everyone knows, for example, you lose the ball in a Cam position, that counter attack could kill you, especially with a team like United.
And it has a couple times from him.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe Bradford and Antonio wasn't a good example, but those are the first two that came to my mind. So.
All right. Listen. Hey, because Jeff needs to bounce. Jeff, give us one player that you've got in your 6 to 10 so that we can discuss it when you head off.
Okay.
No, do you know what? Can Jeff just give us his top 5? Because we don't need his top 5 would be good, because then we can debate it while he's gone.
Okay, cool. I can do that. All right, I'm gonna start with number 5. Yeah, so Bruno was 5th for me.
Fair.
Salah was 4th. Harry Kane was 3rd. KDB was 2nd, and Ronaldo was 1st. And then bear in mind, I really didn't want to pick Ronaldo. That's why I asked that question earlier about in the group about is the new signings included. I really didn't want to pick him, but if he's now in the list, then he has to be number 1 for me, because even at 36, he's still one of the best around. That was my pick. But yeah, if there was no Ronaldo, please believe he wouldn't be in there. I just wanted to say that.
So this is Jeff's top 5. Ronaldo 1, 2 KDB, 3 Kane, 4 Salah, and 5 Bruno Fernandes. So we'll keep that there so that everyone. But yeah, Jeff, I know you got football, bro. So let you leave now, man. Take care, my bro, Jeff. Yeah.
Everyone love, man.
Peace.
Could I just say to that Salah? I would have had Salah top 3, by the way.
That list is crazy. I was on mute. You couldn't even hear me. That list
we're gonna get to that very, very soon. But let's finish the 6 to 10 first, and then we'll get on to the top 5. So, you know what? Because I did my rankings, I'll give you who I had from 6 to 10. I've completely forgotten, and then we can kind of go from there. So let's see what I had. So I had Robertson 6th. I had Thiago 7th. I had Pogba 8th. Fabinho 9th, and Lukaku 10th.
I had Lukaku, Pogba. Who else?
So sounds like no one had Robertson top 10.
No, I didn't have him.
No?
I didn't.
No.
No.
All right, cool. So
No, I don't have Robert on my top 10.
Okay, cool. So that way Robertson can come out then. That's another one out. Lamps is gonna get angry, but hey, Lamps not my fault. Okay, cool. So obviously now that Jeff's gone, I think you're unfortunately gonna be outnumbered. So Bruno's gonna come out as well.
That's crazy. I think that's absolutely absurd.
I hear you. We're gonna come back to Bruno. I think we're gonna come back to Bruno. I think he might find a way to sneak in, but
he has to. But...
All right. Do we all have Pogba top 10?
Yeah, for sure.
I had him 6 to 10 though.
I had him in my top 5.
Okay, so you had him top 5, Rash. Oba, would you have him?
I'll put him 6th.
Yeah, I had him 6.
I had him 6 to 10. So Pogba goes 6 to 10. We'll sort that order out in a bit. Okay. Right.
Fabinho 6 to 10 for me as well.
What's that?
Fabinho 6 to 10 for me as well.
I had him 6 to 10. Rash, Jalil, I don't think you guys had Fabinho, did you?
I had Fabinho in 6 to 10 as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I also changed mine to Fabinho 6 to 10.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so Fabinho makes it in. And then, right. So how many slots we got here? We got 5, 6, 8. Yeah, that's 8 players and 6 slots left. So 2 of these players are not making the cut.
Harry Kane.
Lukaku.
I'll tell you one thing. I haven't got Kane or Lukaku in my top 10.
I've got Kane. I've got Lukaku. I haven't got Kane.
No, it's not in my top 10.
I've got Lukaku, but I haven't. I've got Lukaku, but I ain't got Kane.
Wait, Oba, where did you have Kane?
I think Kane would be in my top 5.
Okay, so this is a mini disagreement because we got 2 top 5s and 2 outside top 10s. So,
but what I can do, I can switch Kane for a player that I think he should have been here instead of, and then I'll have him 6 to 10.
Who's that?
That was Son.
Okay, so what you saying? Son comes out.
Yeah, Son comes out and Kane comes in.
I'm gonna have Son in my top 10.
Yeah.
I think Son was in my top 10, but if I have to pick between, if I pick Kane or Son, I pick Kane.
Well, what I'm saying that I would pick. What we saying? I think right now you gotta pick Son over Mane though.
No, never.
Yeah, Mane's not. Mane for me, he's not that. Like, if we're gonna get onto Martial, I'm not saying they're the same in the slightest, but the same way people would get onto Martial is the same way we can get onto Mane, because the only player in that Liverpool front three that's kept the same level of consistency is Salah.
No, you're taking the piss, bro. That's not true at all, man. Because you know what? Besides, I think one season, Mane's been up there every season.
Big up Ted Adi saying Pepe had a better season than mine last year, but we won't
He
hear
did.
about that.
He did.
I don't know how you always bring up Pepe.
But a lot of players had bad seasons last season. A lot of players had bad seasons.
And then you're gonna tell me Mane had a terrible season last season, but you're gonna find a way to put him in your top 10, but Bruno doesn't make your top 10. Make it make sense.
Again, the longevity thing.
Longevity. Oh man.
To me, it just is that. To me, I've had Mane as one of my top 3, top 4 best Premier League players over the last 5 seasons. So I can't just dash him out of it just because last season he had a mare.
Yeah, I think that's what Jeff here you said. He said agree with the consistency point to a degree, but Mane was clutch for Liverpool at several points. Big up Katie in the building saying Pepe, you know, that Ivory Coast bench warmer. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, we know who you're talking about, Katie.
Yeah. So I mean, it's tricky for me because I didn't have Son or Mane in my top 10, so it's tricky. But I mean, wait, Janelle, did you have Mane in your top 10?
I did. I had Mane and Son in my top 10.
And you as well, right?
Can I hear your top 10?
Yeah. I had Mane and Son as well.
Well, you want my top 10 over?
Yeah.
So you all had your top 10, right?
Yeah, I had the top 10, yeah.
Sorry, you all had Son in your top 10.
Yeah.
So that means Son makes it in.
Kane doesn't make it for me then.
Kane doesn't make it for me either. Kane was never going to make it for me. I've been criticizing him for about a year. Look, funny things, even in the Euros.
No, he had the best season of his life last season, man.
Yeah.
That don't mean anything, bruv.
But I was
heard
rating
you
a player
to
in
an
their
extent.
totality, like what your overall attributes, what you can do, and that's why a lot of the time, a lot of the defenders didn't make it higher than where they did because they can't do much more than what they do.
No,
Kane's one of those
fair.
people. He can't do more than what he does. Yeah, ask Kane to run up and down the pitch, skill someone, take a touch and spread a beautiful ball, or play just do something amazing. He can't. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But he'll bang an amazing
ask
goal.
him to get your goal when you need it.
That's what I said. Ask him to get you a goal, though. That's what he does. Ask some of these defenders to play top-notch defending and be ball stoppers and tacklers and stuff like that. They'll dominate. Ask them to skill play and go past someone. They can't. Do you know what I mean? And that's the outside. That's why I was rating it as the player's ability from what they've shown for me, and that's where I've got my ranking. To me, Kane don't make it if you're dominating in one area but lacking in about 5. It's a bit weak.
But I feel like he's dominating in the finishing area and the creativity area.
Why? Because you got the assist,
from a striker.
Why? Just because you got the assist. You have to remember.
Forget about the assist.
Right.
He still he still contributes to the game.
He doesn't, and that was evident, especially more than ever when he was in the England squad, when he was full of players that can create. When you saw what Kane was producing, he was producing nothing. It stood out even more in the Euros.
I agree with that.
I think he was nervous, though.
I don't think he was awful. We can all agree.
He was nervous, man.
It's awful, but I don't know why he was nervous, but for England he was awful.
Shocking, he was.
Think that for Spurs last year, especially, and not even just last year, I just think for Spurs over the last 5 years, Kane, as much as I hate to say it, he's been too consistent numbers-wise, and obviously the assist last year is an outlier. That's not usually what he does, so I'm not going to bring the assist factor into it. I think just in terms of purely his goal-scoring ability, I just think. Like, all right, so are we saying Lukaku over Harry Kane?
Facts.
Lukaku didn't make my list, by the way. But if we're doing it if we're saying that people who score goals consistently but don't do anything else, then Pogba should be on this list. Exactly. No one wants him here. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
How many goals did he get last season?
Forget last season. It happened. But before that, he's prolific. And in every club he's been in, he's been prolific. So
but you know why I'm getting okay, wait. All right, hold on.
I got one point.
I'm a bit confused because there's only 5 slots available now, and we got 7 guys. And wait, so
all our list is different. All our list is very different.
Someone's top 10. Someone's been lying about their top 10 because something is not making sense to me. Wait, so
if you get outvoted, like I have, of course our top 10's gonna have to move, right?
Yeah, so and some of us remember we had certain players in the top 10 that you guys didn't even have on your list, but because 3 of us had us or 2 of them had us, they made the list.
Like Jeff had Trent, right? And he was the only one who had him. Of course, his top 10's gonna have to change as well.
I hear you, but yeah, okay, all right,
people left. The people that don't make the top 10 for me.
We got,
but wait, John. Jalil was gonna say something regarding
Rash made a good point, man. Yeah, Rash made a good point because if you're look, I hate to do this, but Rash is making a very good point. Harry Kane has been prolific for Spurs all the time. He had one bad season in terms of number wise. He scores, but he had one bad season and he's been top goal scorer for the whole thing. But because it's Aubameyang and no one likes him, we don't mention him. Like, look at Mane's had a worse season than Pepe, but Mane's still being considered. But that's Rash's point. That's Rash's point.
I hear you on that, but we can all agree that Kane is a better all-around player than Aubameyang, right?
Easy.
Quite easy, right? You don't agree?
For me, easy.
I can't say that. I don't see much of a difference, to be honest.
That's where the issue comes in. Then,
yeah. I don't see much difference between the two.
That's okay. All right, cool. In that, all right. You know what? Let's do the top 5, and then I think that will sort out the rest of this bottom. And then
it's weird, isn't it? It's a weird way to do it.
So it's just got weird still. All right, my top 5 was. All right, let me see. Who did I have top 5? So I had Kane fifth, I had Salah fourth, I had KDB third, I had Ronaldo second, and I had Van Dijk first. That was my top five.
Van Dijk ahead of Ronaldo. Yeah, I would swap the top two and then
Van Dijk over KDB. You
I'm
got
gonna
it
say-
clear, bro.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something very unpopular. I'm gonna
No,
fucking
'cause
say
you know
it
what-
anyway. Because
see
I
that
wanna-
Van Dijk-
go on.
Van Dijk,
You're
it's
gonna say you agree with it, innit? Go on, Jay.
No, I don't. I had Salah first. Salah's the best player in the Prem. Rash, we spoke about this on Monday, right?
Something like that.
He's the best player in the Prem.
I don't think so. I hear what you're saying, and I get why it's an argument, but I feel like Van Dijk is
why he's better.
Van Dijk is more important
Why
to
is-
Liverpool than Salah.
The question I want to know is why is he not? Why is he not in the top 5 for some people? Like, why is he not there?
No, I had him
You know, I
fourth.
got this daddy long legs flying around me, but my
Why-
mind.
Who's
I
not
had
there?
No,
Who's not there?
I think we all had Salah top 5, right? We should
You had him
have.
top 5, yeah? Everyone, yeah?
Yes,
I had him fourth.
Salah's in my top 5. He's in my top 5 for sure.
Okay.
So why Salah? So Rash said, why Salah not? Why can't Salah be number one? That's what Rash is asking.
Yeah,
No.
if VVD can
Why
be,
can't he be-
why can't?
He can.
For me, he can't be number 1 because of Ronaldo. Simple.
But
So he
Oh,
can be number 2 for
probably-
you.
Yeah, he can be.
I know he
For
can't be
me-
number 2. For me, he can't be number 2 as well because of Van Dijk.
Wow.
I think
I think
he's-
Van Dijk is better than Salah.
I think Van Dijk is.
At what? Defending, yeah.
You take Van Dijk out of that Liverpool team. We saw what happened when we took Van Dijk out of that Liverpool team. Salah was
remember-
still in that team.
Yeah, but do you remember why Liverpool were even in the question of being in the conversation was because of Salah still? He was the one because he was there. He was the one making Liverpool even be in the same conversation as the Cities and the Man United and these things like that. Otherwise, he wouldn't even been there. And Van Dijk enhanced that. Do you understand? And made it into something solid. He was the missing jigsaw of the puzzle. But without Salah, you wouldn't be there. He's a consistent player over the last 5-6.
quick one to add to that as well. When Van Dijk was out for the whole year, who saves Liverpool to get top 4 of Champions League?
And who
Salah.
scored still?
Against United.
Get
No,
out here.
Against United.
That one game where he
Alisson.
got the header.
Yeah. Alisson, no. But Salah, there was a game against United when they couldn't even break you down. I think you beat him. But the only person that was trying in that Liverpool team was Salah, and he scored. Like I've never ever like, wow, these are all playing shit. But Salah's why is he heated? Why is he on? Do you know what I mean? We got to give Salah credit, man. We got to give him the credit.
Salah's got an unbelievable goal record. I mean, in the 4 years that he's been at Liverpool, these 4 years, he's had an incredible record. I just think before Van Dijk's injury, if you ask most Liverpool fans who their best player was, they'd tell you it was Van Dijk, because the difference he made to that defense and even the way they play is incredible. So I think while Salah did carry them last year in terms of goal scoring and even kept them, he's the reason why they got top 4, no doubt. I just think the way Van Dijk helps them to play. We've already seen a snippet of it this year in the 4 games that he's been back. How much different Liverpool already look.
I had
How
him
much-
second.
Even their
How much
midfield,
higher?
like their midfield is
how
that
much
much
higher
confident
they play.
because they can afford to lose
Yeah,
the ball.
everyone has kind of. So I just feel like with Liverpool, it's like Mane went there first, took them up to a certain level. Salah went there next, took them up another level. Then Van Dijk came and took them up another level. I just feel like that's kind of the order that's gone. And I feel like Salah's been the most consistent out of all the forwards easily because of the goals that he gets. But let's not forget now, until last season, a lot of Liverpool fans and a lot of fans were picking Mane over Salah. We can't forget this.
I think they only done it for one season, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Because that same season I was probably saying it as well.
No, but if you remember, right, the year when Liverpool just missed out on the league, I think Salah and Mane scored the exact same goals in the league. Then the year after that, I think Mane outscored him. So, do you know what I'm saying? So it's just, you could almost make that case that the year Liverpool won the league, Salah wasn't even their top 2 players. So you can make the case that Mane and Van Dijk and even Trent and Robertson getting double-digit assists were all better than him that year. If you
But
look
not
at
yeah, but if you look at the combined of Salah's goals as well as assists compared to, then he's still a better player as well that season too.
yeah, I think numbers wise at Liverpool, no one can argue with Salah. I just think there was definitely a period when numbers and performances, I think Mane was playing better than him.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
I agree.
what are we not talking about who's the best now? Because
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
are.
I hear you. Okay, all right. Let me ask you this: why is Salah better than Ronaldo?
His consistency, and he works more. He works harder at the moment. Like with Ronaldo, look, let's
Say
be real.
consistency with Ronaldo. I'm gonna say Salah is better than Ronaldo
Can I
because of
speak?
consistency.
Can I speak?
Continue, Jalil. You can speak.
I forgot we had a United fan in the building. Fuck me.
Yeah, you forgot that. Hey, Rash is killing that fly, fam.
Who's Rash beefing? Who's he beefing?
He's killing some fly, G. Come on.
Yeah, sorry. Consistency in the Prem, because I was going off the Prem, guys. Ronaldo is going to be playing a more relaxed role this year, which he's gonna kill it. We all know he's gonna kill it. No one here thinks he's not. But my thing was with Salah, consistency. The same way I got digged out for saying Luke Shaw's better than Robbo, you lot told me that consistency is key into these things, and he works hard. I've never seen a game where he doesn't work hard. Yes, he's a bit selfish, but yeah, man. Yeah, Rash.
Listen, we got 11 people in the building. Smash the likes. Obviously, people are sharing their thoughts. So I'll read that out because we need to start finalizing because we got Champions League in about 10 minutes time. So Hassan, big Hassan, hope you're good, bro. Saying Salah, KDB, Van Dijk, top 3. I'm
That's
assuming that must be the order as well. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. See, I'm not far off that one, but yeah. Jeff saying love Oba and have defended them numerous times, but Kane is a better player than Oba. Van Dijk had the biggest impact out of everyone on that list. Salah even scored in that 7-2 loss to Villa. Don't forget, big up CJ. You know what? That is a good point. Salah.
What does that have to do with anything, though?
I kind of hate what
it's a 7-2 loss.
Yeah, what they're saying is that he performs even when they're shite, bro.
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying. Overall play is better than Ronaldo. Ronnie's just a pure poacher now. To be honest, Salah's kind of a pure poacher now. Because even when I was watching them against Leeds the other day, I think he had about 5 1-on-1 chances with the defender, and he pretty much got tackled every single time. So I think if you put Ronaldo on the wing, he could still give you maybe 1 or 2 dribbles a game, and that's kind of what Salah does now. He leaves most of that to Trent on the right-hand side and just focuses on being in the middle, which is incredible effect.
Goals, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a goal scorer. You can't he's 5th quickest to 100 goals in Prem history. So Rashby tried doing a madness. You get that fly, Rash?
Yeah, I bodied him, but he disappeared. So it's one of those ones where I know he's gonna come back.
Yeah. All right, people, smash the like. All right, guys, let's do this, man. All right, number 5. We need to agree. Who's 5th? Who's your 5th?
All right, so who did I have 5th? I had Kante 5th.
Okay, so Rash had Kante 5th. Jalil,
I'm gonna have Hazard.
Who?
Hazard.
You say Hazard?
Harry Kane.
Oh
no, Hazard. No, I said Hazard as in like Harry Kane.
Man, in all my history of knowing Harry Kane, I've never heard him being called Hazard.
I've never heard him called Hazard. Hey, big up Omar, man. Just created a new name for Harry Kane. All right, Jalil, who do you have 5th?
Lukaku.
Who did I have 5th? Who did I say I had 5th? I don't forgot. I had Harry Kane. So does that mean that because Oba had him 5th, he somehow makes 5th? And Rashid Juno didn't even have him top 10.
If that's the case, one of the players from top 10 needs to go up because me and Rashid did not have him on the list. And we also had, I think me and Rash had Kante 5th, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, no, you just said, Jalil, you just said that you had Lukaku 5th.
No, because I changed it. I had to change it during the whole thing.
Change it because Kante ended up being on the 1 to 6 list, isn't it?
I keep changing my list every single time to arrange it how I want it. Because if I say Kante, then it's not going to work.
Okay. All right. Okay, so all right. You know what? Maybe let's start from the top. Who do we have number 1?
See,
I had Ronnie.
for me.
Okay. All right.
Being the best player in the Premier League.
Cool. So Janelle had Salah and I had Van Dijk. So because of that, Ronaldo goes number 1. I had him second, so I'm not mad with that. Okay, cool. All right. Who did you have second?
I had Van Dijk second, but he's going to have to go third now because Salah has to be second.
Okay. Rash, who did you have second?
I had
Van
KDB
Dijk
second.
Flipping, I had KDB third.
I had Van Dijk second.
I had KDB
yeah,
fourth.
I guess I had Van Dijk. That means I think Van Dijk makes second.
He looks like it. You guys.
Wait, Rash, what did you have Van Dijk?
I have Van Dijk as 8th.
Okay. So you had him 6 to 10.
Yeah,
Did we go
I
ahead
had him
of
8th.
him? Sorry.
Ahead of Van Dijk, I had Son, Mane, Pogba, Salah, Kante, KDB, and Money. All above him.
See, I heard
No.
those names and I understand it.
That's the thing. When he reads them out, I'm trying to get mad at any of them, but you can't get mad. All right, number 3. So Jalil, for you, will still be Salah. Rash, for you, will be
Yeah,
KDB.
Salah for me.
No, it's well, no, because he was my second. So my third was Pogba. But
wow.
KDB, I've got KDB above Pogba, but Pogba's is my third.
What did you have Salah? Rash? You didn't have Salah, did you?
No, I did. I had Salah as 4th.
Yeah, wait, Rash, that's why I had him, but you were disagreeing with me.
No, do you know why? Because I quickly done the shuffle because I was actually thinking, okay, who would I put ahead, Salah or Pogba? Yeah, I love them both. I think their play is both sick, and I had Salah above Pogba a lot of the time, but then I was just thinking about some of the things that Pogba does, but and I was just like, no, Pogba's just above him. So.
Okay, fair enough. I think in that case, I feel like Salah makes top 3. Yeah, he does. He makes top 3 because we got 2 out. That means KDB is 4th because I had KDB 3rd. Rash had him, I think, second.
Yeah.
So I think, Oba, are you happy with KDB 4, Jalil?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what you're saying?
Just to make the fans, just to make the crowd happy.
Just to make the crowd happy. That means, where did you actually want him?
I want Bruno ahead of him.
Fucking hell.
You're going clear, fam.
And then 5th. Well, this is where it helps now because we've only got 3 players left. We've got 1 slot left. Unless we want to move any of these guys up
Well,
to
how
5th.
can Pogba be in 10 to 6? To me, I don't see how he can be not in the top 5 at least.
I personally think,
I would love
real
to have
life,
Pogba.
I personally,
love-
I think Pogba's better than De Bruyne, but I don't want to get slated. So
Let's do this.
Get slated. Say
let's do this.
Still, bro. Come
Let's
on.
do this. Let's put Pogba 5th and put Lukaku in the top 10. Lukaku in the top 10.
Lukaku's not top 10. There's no way Lukaku's top 10 and Harry Kane ain't. I can't do that.
I haven't got none of them.
I don't mind.
I got Mane there
putting
instead.
De Bruyne 5th, putting Pogba 4th, and then putting someone else in the top 10.
Look, I'm okay with bringing VVD out and then we'll have a proper top 5.
I can't lie, yeah. This might be a bit mad. Should Grealish calm down?
Yes.
No, not for me.
Yes, he should. Let's be real.
What,
Yes,
from
he
6 to
should.
10? He should come out of the top 10.
Yes.
I'm just looking and I'm just saying we've got Harry Kane there, Lukaku, and we've got Mane, right? We're saying that 2 of them are not top 10.
No, we were saying 2 of them are top 6. The 6 to 10.
No, but there's no slots left. You know what I'm saying? There's only 1 position left, and that's 5th.
Oh yeah, but that's because you man's put certain people where they shouldn't be. Should have stuck with
See,
my
that's
list.
what I'm saying. So, boy, listen. All right. Okay. So, who would you have 5th?
Where?
5th place. Who would be number 5 for you?
Put Pogba. I'm happy for Pogba to go up there, and then whoever's we're debating should go top 10. I think we all agreed that Pogba should be top 5. I don't think anyone here said that he shouldn't. So I would put Lukaku in the top. Lukaku will have to. I'd put Grealish down. If you really want to put someone up there, it'll be Harry Kane and Lukaku. It just makes sense.
So you would have Son over Grealish.
If anything, I would swap Grealish for Mane.
I'd have Son over Kane. I'd have Son over a lot of players.
No, but would you have Son over Grealish?
100%. I would.
Okay. You said it with your chest.
That's a good question.
I'm never going to challenge you, fam.
This is tough still.
No, definitely you have to have Mane in the top 10. It's criminal if you don't. He's top 10 best in the Premier League.
Well, I tell you what, I've got a great idea.
Go on.
I've got a great idea. Pogba goes back to 6 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruce to number 5.
Who?
Perfect.
Who?
Bruno goes to number 5. Pogba 6 to 10.
I think Bruno's. Bruno. I don't think he's making it, bro. Like, you know what? I'll do respect. I'll put him a bit forward. I'll respect. Like, I'll put him here. So he's just outside, but that's all I can do for him. But
guys, man, look. To be honest, look. In my opinion, and you don't have to support my opinion, of course, yeah. But VVD being up so high is messing up the truth.
Wait, who?
VVD, bruv.
I thought you said something else. I swear. Don't worry.
Hey, but yeah, you know, I know you need to cut now. So yeah, man. Like, what are you saying, bro? Like, what's your last piece on this? Because this has been very difficult. I can't lie.
Well, you kind of said it, didn't you? Grealish down, Lukaku up.
Yeah, I said Grealish down, Lukaku and Kane up.
I kind of agree with that. But it depends what you Rash and Obo are saying, man. Like,
so what, you don't think Lukaku's better than Kane?
No. Kane's better than Lukaku. I mean, yeah, it's a debate. It is a debate. I just think, how can you not? I think a top 10 Premier list without Harry Kane sounds mad.
It don't sit right with me. Without Harry Kane and without Bruno, it don't sit right with me. But the Bruno one,
I think we're already. It's funny because I had 2 messages before the show from Tottenham to my Tottenham guys saying Harry Kane better be top 4. So when he sees
better be top, yeah, he better. Oh.
He's already gonna be fuming. I told him, yeah, don't worry, he should make it, but obviously.
What's the crowd saying? Is the comment saying anything?
I mean, at the moment, I think people are just saying, Ted Adi saying can't have Son, Grealish, Kante, and not Bruno.
I agree with you, bro. Pogba better than KDB, laughing face. To be fair, we going behind him. Top 10 with no Kane. Boys, come on, for my boy Arlo. So yeah, man. Ted Adi saying drop Kante, Grealish and Son, Kane and Bruno have to go up. I agree.
Just you know what? As I said, is because I think that I voted John with me and you say it. Put Lukaku and Kane up and take Grealish down, bro. It's not been a long time. Grealish hasn't really accomplished anything compared to most of these players here at the moment. £100 move is all he's got. Like, come on.
Come on, wait. Can I just say something?
Yeah, go on, Rash, go on.
No one can't tell me that when you watch City that all of a sudden Grealish ain't the main guy. He's the main guy at City, bro. When he gets the ball, it looks like shit's about to pop. He takes it forward. He gets the play ticking. Every time he touches the ball, you can just see the other defense. It stops. Says, "Yo, we need to get into formation. We trained. We learned about this. When he touches the ball, we gotta be here." You see it. As soon as he touches the ball, the formation on the back line and the midfield starts changing in the opposite team. Like, that guy has to be on the list for what he's done over the years, but also look, he's just coming to Manchester City and he looks like he's the best player in the team. He ain't, but he looks like it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You know what? I think it's fair to say that it's come down to these 5, right? So one by one, you pick.
What's on now?
No. I'm doing it to kind of help clear things up. 2 of these 5. 3 of these 5 make it up there. Okay. So one by one, I will let you guys pick. So Jalil, you first. Who are your 3 from these 5 that you'd have in your 6 to 10?
Lukaku, Kane, and Son.
Okay. Rash?
Grealish, Mane, and Kane. I've
Pogba?
changed Kane, obviously, for Son.
Kane, Grealish, Mane. Fuck it.
Shit. All right. So,
That's it. It's done. It's done.
So I would have had Kane,
You said Lukaku, so Lukaku makes it then.
Grealish, and Lukaku. So that's just messed things up again.
Okay, that's 2-2. Can we have a hot round, see if we can get one of the comments to put in either Lukaku or...
All right, people, we need we got one step. Janelle,
Peace.
speak WhatsApp in it. We'll speak on WhatsApp. Yeah, peace, my bro. Peace. All right, people, we just need, even if it's one comment, doesn't matter. We're torn between Lukaku, Mane, and Son. Only one of them can make top 10, and you can decide. So I'll give it about 20 seconds, and then we'll wrap it up and go watch Champions League. Yeah, man.
Mane.
I'm saying Mane as well.
Yeah, I'm saying Sadio, man.
You guys are smart now, because now there's only 3 of us. So
yeah, what you say now, John? You get
me? So Mane makes the top 10. Hey, listen, man, listen. All right, so that's our top 10 list. So we've got. Yeah, I need to put them here. You know what? Out of respect. Let me just do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And also for Lamps' sake, because he's gonna be fuming with this.
Can we swap Kane and Pogba though, or no?
Oh, come on, man.
Whoa.
Pogba should be 5th. He should be up higher.
Lukaku over Mane, but where is Diaz? Let's not forget he was Player of the Year. I mean, C just said Mane as well. He said R9. So
he's saying R9 should
wait,
down
it's R9 Lukaku, yeah?
Yeah. It's R9. It is Lukaku, yeah. yeah, R9. You know what? It's very harsh on Lukaku not to make top 10.
I don't rate him, man. I just don't rate Lukaku.
No, I do. I had
him 10th. I'm not gonna sit here and cry. I had him 10th.
I do. I rate him, and I think that by the end of the season, he will be one of the top 10 players in the Prem 100%. That's what I think, anyway. Just like I think money is. Should they both be on this list right now? I don't think so. But they're here, so we can't do anything about it.
Yeah. But yeah, listen, this is our top 10. So I'm just gonna read out our top 10. I think.
This is crazy.
So all right, 6 to 10. Obviously, 6 to 10 have not really been done in order because it's just I knew 6 to 10 was going to be the hardest part. So it's so we've got Kante, Fabinho, Kane, Grealish, and Mane in the 6 to 10 slot. 5th best player, we've got Paul Pogba. 4th, we've got KDB. 3rd, we've got Mo Salah. 2nd, we got Van Dijk. And number 1, we got CR7. So I can't lie, this was tough. I can't lie. There's going to be people upset with Bruno. There's going to be people upset with Lukaku. There's going to be people upset with Son. It's the nature of the beast, but hopefully the top 5. I already know who people are not going to be happy with in the top 5. It's Pogba. People are not going to be happy with that. So I can accept. I had Pogba like 6th or 7th. I had Harry Kane in my top 5, but nonetheless, I'm not mad to have that Pogba's 5th. I am not mad in the slightest because he is an unbelievable player.
Yeah, world class.
And if he hadn't been shagged at United, he'd easily be top 5, maybe higher. So yeah, man. I think overall, how do we feel about this top 10? It's not too bad. It's all right still.
It's not too bad. It's in and around what I would have picked anyway. In and around. Yeah, -1 or 2. But yeah, so I don't think we've done too bad.
Yeah, some people definitely changed their top 10. but I'm not gonna say anything about that because I know there was some dodgy stuff going on. Because yeah, I think people were changing during the show, must have been, but yeah, man. But listen, people, that kind of wraps it up from us. Still good debate, a lot of engagement as usual. Make sure to smash the likes as you leave and subscribe to the channel. Keep keep supporting us as always, as you have been. Big up everyone that was on, Jalil, Jeff, big up to them. Obviously, big up Oba for joining the show. Brilliant as always. You know what I'm saying? Bringing the football knowledge and the bands. That's what we want. And obviously, big up our brother Rash. As always, I don't know, Rash, if you got a couple last words before we leave.
I'll be very quick because I'm sure everyone wants to go and watch the football. So, look, it seems to be a common trend right now that we turn a blind eye to oppression or even as far as to go as ethnic cleansing. Yeah, now we know over in China, the Uyghurs have it very hard right now. It's not even right now. They've had it for probably close to a decade, if not, where they are being ethnically cleansed. They've been stopped to practice their religion. They've been put in concentration camps. Their families have been separated. The youth have been separated from the older generation. Some of the parents haven't seen their children in years. Some of the wives haven't seen their husband for years. They're made to listen and dance to music, imperial music. They're there to change the call to prayer to an imperial call instead. They've been force-fed during the months of Ramadan, and they have been banned from making things like the pilgrimage to Mecca. Basically, they're trying to wipe out a whole ethnicity of a race within China and to get rid of their entire culture as well behind it, including their religious beliefs. This is something that's atrocious. It's been going on for far too long. People know about it, but to go and speak up against China, it's a very difficult thing as they're one of the most, if not the most censored place in the whole entire world. But you guys just know that it is happening. So whatever way, shape or form that people are doing to help the situation, whether they're collecting on their behalves, donating or clothing, helping the ones that come from abroad to have a good life over here by donating as well, and also by being politically involved by leaving statuses and reminders on your social medias. Do so because everyone deserves an opportunity to live, but everyone also deserves the opportunity to believe what they want. As long as they're not imposing it on anyone, that should be something that is allowed amongst everyone. Anyone who stops that right just to have a belief is committing a big atrocity to mankind in itself. So we need to stand up with our brothers and sisters, the Uyghurs, and hope that this oppression stops against them. Remember, love always wins.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, nothing more really to add than that. I think beautifully articulated. And yeah, man, definitely that's whatever you want to believe in, you should be allowed to do so in your own free will. That's what it's supposed to. So we know what's been going on there for a long time now. It's very, very well hidden by the media and not spoken about enough. So, if you can bring light to it anyway, there's so many methods now through social media. Just try and do your bit. At least make sure you are aware of it in some capacity, because awareness is always the first step. But yeah, man, as Rash said, love always wins, and we appreciate everyone that's tuned in today. And yeah, let's enjoy the Champions League game. So, people, and we'll be back on Friday, I believe. Yeah, it is Friday for the Premier League predictions as always. So, peace and love until then. Peace.
So.